Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew. Bad boy.
It's Jay the producer.
Detroit Drew, Woodward Sports. Yeah, Detroit Drew, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports.
Yeah.
Yo, what's good, peeps? How's everyone doing today, man? Hopefully you guys have a fun weekend. I know a lot of you guys are probably in Detroit, and I know you guys are dealing with a lot of that flooding, but you guys look like you're having a great time out there. I've seen jet skis. I've seen people with liquid trucks driving through. I've seen people swimming. I've seen guys peeing in it. Hey, man. Y'all do you, man. But let's talk some of the things outside of Cade. I know Cade, I'm including him in the video, but the Pistons, in case you guys have been living underneath a rock, I know a lot of you guys have kind of been in and out. I know a lot of you guys have said in the comments that you're just starting to come back after we got the #1 overall pick, just because you didn't like what they have done with buying out Drummond and Reggie and Markieff and letting Blake go and not getting much in return. And I understand you, but for those guys who really didn't watch the Pistons, we officially have one of the brightest futures in the NBA. That's why this draft was so critical. And a lot of us were wanting the first overall pick, but we were just hoping to get top 4. And now that we have the first pick, even if it's not Cade, we can draft whoever we want. Whoever that is. So that's a huge bonus. It's going to be Cade. I'm not buying the trade talk or any of that BS. But outside of Cade, before we dive into it, you look at what Killian Hayes brings to the table. He has a lot of work to do, and this offseason is going to be very, very big in terms of his future with the team. And year number 2, we have to be patient. He's still super young, but he's got to show improvement. If he doesn't show improvement, if he comes back next year and puts up similar numbers, then you guys start being worried. He's not at the bust level yet. I know a lot of you guys are quick to throw out that word, but he's a good defender, a really good playmaker. If he can come back next year, let's say he doesn't shoot the 3 yet, but if he can be more aggressive and get into the paint, get some layups, get to the free throw line, that's improvement there. But we're really hoping that 3-point shot comes along. If he does, he'll be a really good playmaker and a leader for the team. Outside of him, though, let's go to the other 2 rookies. Saddiq Bey, man, first all-rookie team. Broke Piston rookie 3-point record. I'm sure if he stays here for a long time, which I'm sure he will, he'll break the most in Pistons history. He's that good. And that's saying something. He's had some nice shooters come along. But his development process is now also going into the paint and scoring in there and getting off the 3-point line. It's something he can do. He's going to be more than just a 3-and-D player. I know that's what people thought he would be out of high school or college and into the pros, and he did that very well, but I think he's got more to offer to the team. There's a reason he's going to be one of the best young players coming up for the squad. He's going to be really good. Beef Stew made all-second rookie team. He went toe-to-toe. He's got that enforcer mentality, man. He's not backing down. He's mentally tough as much as he is physically tough. He's already expanded his range. It started with the mid-range, then it went to the 3-point line. He's got to be more aggressive in the pick and roll, make himself more open there, so that way when Cade or Killian's running it, he's a legit option. I think that's something that we really didn't see a whole lot last year, but now that he can pick and pop, it opens up his game more. He's already a good defender. He gets dunked on a lot, but he can test shots. I'm happy with what he does defensively, but most importantly, he's a hype man. And then Jeremy Grant. He is going to be playing for Team USA this year after Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard offered whoever the coach was that they wanted him to play, that he'd be a good replacement for James Harden. That is high praise for some of the best players in the league, that they wanted Jeremy Grant. Now, do they want Jeremy Grant on their team? Quite possibly, man. Does Grant want him to come play for the Pistons? Quite possibly. But he's building connections throughout the league for future endeavors. And that's something that we can't just skip over, is if he's building these relationships. He's already played with the Westbrooks and the Jokers. He's building up those relationships, so eventually, maybe not those 2 guys in particular, but maybe when someone wants to trade, he will have enough leverage to be like, I'm playing for Detroit, man. We got a nice team. But that's getting ahead of our points. But he was a 20-point-per-game scorer this year. He's still a good on-ball defender. And he was able to attack the rim and transition, off the dribble, get to the free throw line, and he really improved his game a ton. That's something that you want. He's going to probably be the leader of the team next year in terms of having people buy into the Troy Weaver system and Dwayne Casey. He's been here for a year now, and he hit some big shots last year. Will he be that guy? We have to find out. But now you insert Cade to that, and it elevates the team. Because now 4 of your 5 potential starters are going to be 1-year rookies or 2-year players. It's insane to think about how much potential we have. Casey's supposed to be this guy that can elevate those guys, develop those guys. And I hope that's true, because now it's his time to show it. Show us what you can do with these young guys. And, you know, I said we could make the playoffs next year and all that good stuff, but if we don't, it's okay. It's not the end-all be-all. We're in this for the long haul. We're just not tanking next year. Next year, we're going out, we're taking names and kicking ass. This team's going to be extremely fun to watch. You know how the Boston Celtics have one of the brightest futures in the league? That's kind of where the Detroit Pistons are starting to get to. They're not there yet. We have to watch them play. But the summer league's going to be crucial. Preseason is going to be crucial. And getting off to a quick start next year will be crucial to how good this team could be next year. We have all the pieces now, man. I hope Cade was that final infinity stone in Troy Weaver's gauntlet to do the snap. We're getting there. The future's bright. We have not had a future this bright in quite a long time. All of our players are young for the most part. I think Plumlee may be the oldest one that we keep, which he's, 31, 32? So, I mean, he can still produce off the bench. I just really hope they bring Plumlee off the bench. I think he'd be better with that. When you got Cade and Killian starting, you don't want the offense to go through Plumlee. But, like, say Saban Lee coming off the bench or something, being the backup point guard, I don't know what that's going to be yet. We still have free agency. We still have 3 second-round draft picks. We might get another point guard. I don't know yet. But for those times where Saban can't get separation, to have Plumlee lead the point forward, it's not a bad idea. Just, it won't work with Killian and Cade out there. You don't want those two not getting any touches. So, as far as the future, it's bright, man. We have a super young team that has a lot of talent and potential. I cannot wait to watch this team. The process of this has been beautiful. Hats off to Troy Weaver, man. Believe in Troy Weaver. But in terms of grading the potential, I'm giving it an A. If you guys have a different take on that, leave it down below in the comments. What do you think about the Pistons roster? And even if you don't want Cade, who would be that guy that you would want at number 1? Leave all that stuff down below in the comments. Instagram, Twitter, DSM or Woodward in the description. Check it all out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. And that's the bottom line, because Double D said so. Peace.